Okay, hello everybody. This is Lama Caroline. I'm at Gangchen Rinpoche in Malaga, Spain. We're going to continue with the explanation of Lama Gangchen Self-Healing 2 teachings, okay? Slightly early, 3 minutes early, but anyway, no problem, yeah? First we'll say some mantras until 7 o'clock, and then we wait for, and we start at 7, okay? Namo Guru Bhye Namo Buddhaya Namo Dhammaya Namo Sanghaya Namo Guru Bhye Namo Buddhaya Namo Dhammaya Namo Sanghaya Namo Guru Bhye Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Triratnaya. Okay, so hello everybody. We're going to do the preliminaries of self-healing, and then we'll explain. And I just saw Babel's online. Hi, Babel. Thank you. So today Babel's going to translate into Portuguese. Thank you very much. Yeah. Also, very kindly, Maria Cristina is translating in Italian and Carolina in Spanish. So thank you all very much indeed. Yeah. Sangye cheda sogi chonamla janchu badu dani kyasuchi dagi jinsogi pesona haki drola penchi sangye drupasho sangye cheda sogi chonamla janchu badu dani kyasuchi dagi jinsogi pesona haki Drola penchi sangye drupasho sangye chada sogi chona hamla janchu badu dani kyasuchi dagi jinsogi pesona hanki drola penchi sangye drupasho Semchen tamche dewa dan dewe gyudan denpa gyuchi Semchen tamche dunyao dan dunyao gi gyudan drawa gyuchi Semchen tamche dunyao mepe dewa dami drawa gyuchi Semchen tamche nyerin jadani dan drawe tamyon la nepa gyuchi Semchen tamche Lusen gidu nele soshin trayun Lusen dewadan tempa gyuchi Senchen tamche NgalSo Tantric China no chukoyu dashin samane gyuchi Senchen tamche dasan bulingi Kedo dadan chinagi shidedan Dukun tempa gyuchi Tamche duni sashita semala sohame padan la tiltanya bedurye ranshin jampuhane gyuchi la dami jupese no susham dahani kitru kunsan chutri lana me nanke kanguhun kya gyuchi onamo bhagavati benza sawa pramadani tatagataya Ahate Samya Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Benze Benze Maha Benze Maha Tetsa Benze Maha Vidya Benze Maha Bodhicitta Benze Maha Bodhi Mantropa Samkramana Benze Sawakama Awarana Vishodana Benze Soha Kuncho Sungi Dempada Sangye Danjan Chu Sempa Tamche Gijin Lavdam Soni yosu so pena dan chenpo dan chuki nampa dajin sangi mikyape toki deshi nidu gyuchi. Malusem chen kugi kugyuchi du de puje hemize jonzela no namalu yada kengyupe Chonten ko chene di shesu so. Gosungu pe gone chatselo no shanyi trochu pamalupul top mene sa ditun tam chesha kepa ge wahanam la jeiran koa maton badule shune drola chuki hikolo koa danta shen jena janju chempo no Sajipuki Joshime Totram Rirali Jini De Gempadi Sange Shintu Mite Boai Drokunanda Hashin La Chupasho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamirya Tayami Ozan gyalwa kungi yesheni tritu drime gyalten zimpezo ratan kilko gyaso trudun kun trinchen lame shabla sowade Om a Guru Vajradhara Sumati Gyana Shasana Dara Samudra Sri Bhadra Sawasiti Hum Om a Guru Vajradhara Sumati Gyana Shasana Dara Samudra Sri Bhadra Sawasiti Hum Om a Guru Vajradhara Samati Gyana Sasana Dara Samudra Sri Bhadra Sawasiti Hum Locho Zampo Pagyuta Shipa Tu Chentem Petrin Leanoda Pegyedro Lo Zampe Zepachen Palden La Meheshabla Sowade Oma Guru Vajradhara Suhumahati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamahanya Sarvasiddhi Huma Guru Vajradhara Suhumahati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamahanya Sawasidi Huma Guru Vajradhara Suhumahati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bhadra Vasamahanya Sawasidi Hum Pakya ke kuda dahagilu pakya ke sunda dagina pakya ke dahagi danya majitu jingilo makya ke dahagilu makya ke sunda dagina makya ke Dahagi Danyamachitu Jingyalo. So imagine all of us that Rinpoche is in front of us, in his rainbow body, out of the physical body, looking at us very nicely, as usual. So from Rinpoche's crown, throat, and heart chakra come white, red, and blue lights and nectars one by one, and then all together. It purifies the negativities of our three main chakras. It grants the four initiations and awakens the potential for us in the future to attain the four Buddha bodies. Okay, so now all of us, we imagine that comes a second Rinpoche. Rinpoche is still in front of us, that comes to the crown of our head, dissolves through our central channel, and mixes with our subtle minds at our heart. Lama Gangchen Rinpoche Lama Gangchen Lama Gangchen Kyabne Kuntu Lama Gangchen Lama Gangchen Rinpoche Lama Gangchen Lama Gangchen Kyabne Kuntu Lama Gangchen. Okay, so Rinpoche is always with us. Yeah, we're not alone. Rinpoche is in our hearts. Yeah, in each and every one, with each and every one of us. Rinpoche is with us, our spiritual company. Okay. Okay, so hello everybody. So now we're going to continue with the explanation of NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing. Okay. So last time I was talking about Panchen Zanpo-Tashi, yeah, which was Rinpoche's life in like 600 years ago, when he was the he built the Gangchen monastery, no? And when he was the second abbot of Tashi Lumpo monastery, and was the main disciple of Gaden Drub, who was the first Dalai Lama. Okay, so I told you the story of Panchen Zanpo-Tashi, yeah? And I said this time I would get out. I was talking about how in 30 years ago, Rinpoche heard that the Sungbom, the collected works of his predecessor, Panchen Zanpo-Tashi, had not been destroyed in the Cultural Revolution, but at least some parts of it was in the Potala Palace Library, and then he understood they'd been moved to Beijing. So then he got a copy, photocopied and brought back to, actually first he took to India, because it needed to be translated from ancient handwriting to modern Tibetan. Then he brought back to the West, and he also sent many copies to many high lamas, I remember. I was very happy, to find this, yeah. And then he had it, then Lotso Sherab, he translated into English, and then we start to make the collected works of Panchen Zanpo-Tashi, which we publish in Albaniano. So far we did 2 volumes, and I said there's going to be 4 or 5 volumes. So I said this time I'd show you what it actually looked like, yeah, okay? I was talking about this medieval text, so okay, so here we are. Okay, this is a photocopy of the photocopy, yeah, okay. This is what I was talking about. This is okay. There's a Tibetan book. This is a photocopy of a Tibetan book. This thing here. This is to hold it so you can read it. Yeah, it's kind of like like a frame. So like you open it like that, so then the pages don't fall all over the place because it's not bound. Yeah, okay. So let me have a look. Let's have a look. This is really beautiful. Yeah. So let's get a few pages. Huh? For example, this is what this. I don't know if you can see. This is what it looks like. Yeah. This is like medieval handwriting, yeah. This is written by a scribe, yeah, in the 15th century, yeah. This is handwriting, yeah. Okay, that says the collected works of Panchen Zanpo-Tashi, yeah. And anyway, so there's many different. I don't know if you can see, but there's many different hands in this because there was many different writers, yeah. Because Panchen Zanpo-Tashi, as he went here and there, he was writing this with different monks who were helping him, yeah. So I'll find you another one here. So to me, it looks a bit, of course, this is Tibetan writing, no? But this looks a bit like Gothic to me in the Western language, yeah? It's like written with a bamboo pen, yeah? Okay. Anyway, so the first, let's say, little difficulty we had that even most Tibetan people can't read this anymore, this medieval writing. So Rinpoche had to find a specialist to have it translated into modern Tibetan, yeah? So this is what came back. Rinpoche brought back from China. Brought several of these. No, okay, this is one of the copies. Yeah, and then sent it to Sarah Monastery, and it come back like this. This is normal Uchen, normal Tibetan handwriting. Okay, this everybody who knows Tibetan can read. Yeah. Okay, so now it says now much better. Yeah, this is very readable, very easy. This says. Okay, it says here's the Panchen Zanpo-Tashi, inseparable from Vajradhara. Here's his collected works. Okay, that's what it says, yeah, okay. And it starts with the index, and this is the index, like see, there's like 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then it goes like this, okay. So that's what I was talking about, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, me personally like all this very much. Yes, but this is part of my job now. We're editing these collected works. I promised Rinpoche we would finish them. Yeah, okay. So please, everybody, in our translation and editing and team and everybody, let's not forget we have to do that. Okay. Okay, so that's like the Tibetan version. From this, we need to make 5 books in our Western language, and in there's many books on sutra, from philosophy, on tantra, beautiful things like, especially like the Vajravali, yeah? And also things on medicine and astrology. Yeah, okay. So anyway, so that's what I was talking about, yeah, and that was something really, really amazing. Actually, this first one I was showing you, this is called an alpha text in Buddhology. Yeah, so what that means is all the people who translate ancient texts from Tibetan and Sanskrit and so on, what they actually want is the original text before it was copied many, many times, because then there comes many mistakes. Yeah, so this is the original. Yeah, and you can, I don't know if they only ever made one copy. I don't know, no idea. Yeah, but anyway, this is the original text. Yeah, from the a photocopy of the original text from the 15th century. Yeah, so really, really cool. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so anyway, so that's a work in progress. If you want to get the first 2 volumes that we worked on, the first one's on sutra, on Madhyamika, on the Bodhisattva vows and beautiful things, yeah, you can get that from the Albagnano shop. Also, volume 2, which when we did, we understood nothing, quite frankly, but now we understood it's about the Vajravali. So those of you who took the Vajravali empowerments, if you got that book, it would help you. You know, it explains like some of the initiation, some of the practices that's in the Vajravali cycle. Okay, anyway, you can get both of those from Albagnano shop if you're interested. Okay. Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is another 2 of Rinpoche's past lives, and then more or less we're done, let's say, because then we Kachin Sapanla, the one before Rinpoche, we talk a lot, and Rinpoche we talk all the time. Yeah, so then we'll carry on with the explanation of the self-healing practice. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about, hang on, let me find it. We're going to talk about, let me find the folder, 1 second. We're going to talk about 2 of Rinpoche's past lives. One is, 1 second. Okay. One is called Latsun Namka Jigme, yeah, who was actually a Nyingmapa treasure revealer, yeah. And the other one is called Lobsang Kechok, who was a Gelugpa abbot, yeah. And he also was the assistant of the 6th Panchen Lama, yeah, okay. So these are okay, before we talked about Drupa Kunli and Panchen Zampo Tashi, how in that time Rinpoche, he explained that there was 2 of him, yeah, okay, because actually Bodhisattvas, Buddhas can have many of themselves at the same time. For us, it's inconceivable because we don't have that kind of transcendent mind. We're just limited into one version, no? But when you understand reality, the consciousness is on a different level altogether. So there can be this, let's say, a multi-conscious, yeah, okay, many emanations, yeah, okay. So anyway, so after Panchen Zampo Tashi and Drupa Kunli, yeah, the next incarnations actually of Rinpoche was one that was Latsun Nagpa Jigme, incredible person, yeah, okay, and he was an Nyingmapa treasure holder. Now, probably I could do screen sharing or something, but you know what? It's too complicated. Let's try like this, huh? I don't know if you can see. Let's see. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that, can't you? Okay. This is incredible, isn't it? This is Rinpoche in that life, yeah? In around the year 1800. And it's incredible. It just looks like Rinpoche. When I first saw it, I almost fell off my seat, yeah? It's like, oh, Buddha, you know? It's like, does Rinpoche look like the same every lifetime, you know? Because like, anyway, this is a painting, yeah, of this great Siddha in Namka, yeah? Anyway, this one, Rinpoche in the 18th century, and it's like, it's Rinpoche, isn't it? It's incredible, no? If you want to download a copy of this, yeah, you can go on the Rigpa Wiki site, and you can write Latsun, yeah. Let me tell you the spelling. Yeah, I'm sure you want a copy. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. If you write LHATU Lhatsun. Yeah, that's Latsun. Second name, Namka. Namka means space. Namka. Yeah. Third name, Jigme. Yeah. Okay, so they write Jikme. Yeah. Okay. So there's one site called Rigpo Wiki. Yeah. If you look, anyway, just write that and put images. Okay, and you'll get an amazing picture of Rinpoche in the 18th century. It's like, really? Yeah. I mean, like I say, I almost fell off my seat when I saw that. Yeah. When I was doing the research, but it's just so Rinpoche, isn't it? It's incredible, no? So it does make you wonder, yeah, if it really, I mean, amazing, no? Anyway, so that's okay. So we're talking about that incarnation of Rinpoche. Okay, we put him there. Don't know if you can see anything here. Maybe not. I don't. No, it's really, really amazing, these things. The few days ago, I was speaking with one young man who's one of Rinpoche disciples. One Spanish young man, yeah, and he was saying to me that Rinpoche was the first person he'd ever met who, after he died, was still there, because he said all the other people he knew who died, they said they're just gone, no, there's nothing, yeah, no, nothing, no feeling, just dead, no. But he said Rinpoche is the first person he ever met who's dead but still there, and I think this is something that we all have this strong feeling, which is something really, really amazing, no? For showing Rinpoche's quality, no. That even though he's left his physical body, is very, very much still involved in our lives and what's going on and so on, yeah? And so, anyway, so this is also a way of talking about his past lives, his quality, because it's showing like this continuum of mind that he's not an ordinary person, yeah? Not just somebody who dies and that's it, yeah? But how as a high being, he continues, like we always say his mind stream continues, but looks like even his look continues, no, from life to life. They're incredible, no? Look at that, yeah? Amazing, no? Anyway, so let me just get out the text on him, yeah? 1 second. Okay, so Latsun, how do I know Rinpoche was Latsun Namka Jigme? I know because he told me. He said that was me, okay? So then then I know nothing about it as usual, and I start to look up. Then, like I said, I was very surprised when I found out what he looked like and also what he did and things like that, yeah? So Latsun Namka Jigme was a great master who was an incarnation of the Dzogchen master Vimala Mitra, who attained the rainbow body, okay? Like I said before, now also Panchen Zanpo-Tashi, Rinpoche in the 15th century attained the rainbow body, and in the chapel where his relics are kept in Tashi Lumpo, there's a painting with many, many rainbows coming out behind you, showing that he attained the rainbow body, okay? Anyway, it says he was born in 1597 at Jayul in southern Tibet. At birth, the space between his eyebrows and the tip of his tongue and his nose were all very clearly marked with the seed syllable A, yeah? So this kind of thing is completely possible and true, yeah? I mean, one time I was in Kathmandu with Rinpoche. I mean, not just me and many other people, yeah? And we were in the old Gangchen Labrang in Chabul, okay? Then there came one Tibetan man to see Rinpoche. There's always many Tibetan men coming to see Rinpoche. No? There's always loads and loads of people coming all the time, yeah? So Rinpoche said, come and have a look at this. I said, yes, Rinpoche. And so there was one Tibetan man. He was like dressed like normal, like a lay person. He wasn't a monk or anything like that. Yeah, just simple, normal clothes, like jeans and, normal. And he said, look at his face. And he said, go like that, yeah? And look at him. And went like this. Then all of a sudden, you start to be able to see that, okay, it looks like everybody else, no, like normal. But under his skin here, you could see there was like a letter, Tibetan letter. I'm not sure if it was, I think it was an A as well, yeah? But you could see clearly, I remember clearly it was like here, like a 3, okay? And you could see it like under his skin, like sticking out, yeah? Like very, very faintly. And I was like, oh. It's like, Rinpoche said, yes, actually, this man is a very high incarnation, yeah? And he was the abbot, supposed to be the abbot and Tolku of whatever monastery, I've forgotten which one, of course, yeah. But he said because of the Cultural Revolution and all this, he was not formally enthroned and didn't go back to his monastery, yeah. So he said, but anyway, because he's like this high incarnation bodhisattva mind, then of course he needs to do something. So what this man did, this Lama, is he opened a leprosy station in Kathmandu, because in Nepal there's still many people, unfortunately, with leprosy. Yeah? Actually, leprosy is actually curable by antibiotics. Yeah, but unfortunately, because it's a very, very poor country and many people don't have access to healthcare. Yeah. So there's still lepers in Nepal, yeah. So this Lama was taking care of many lepers in one leprosy station outside of Kathmandu, and at that time Rinpoche and his jindalas were supporting this leprosy station, yeah. So anyway, came to see us, and so anyway, I've never forgotten that, yeah, this man, because it was like so, amazing, no. So you could really, I don't know if it was like, what it was made of. It looked like it was carved into his bone or something, into his skull. But we saw with Rinpoche, no, the other time we were talking about how Rinpoche was Drupa Kagyu master, no? And we have that piece, now we have it, no? Rinpoche had that piece of his skull, no? And on it is a dancing dakini, yeah? Very, very clearly, yeah? And these days, Francesco was sharing in our WhatsApp groups this picture of Rinpoche holding the skull, and Rinpoche always used to get it out in the initiation and bless us on the head with it. Really amazing, no? Really powerful, yeah? So these things, even though they sound like completely far out, they're actually true, but obviously only true for certain high realized people like Rinpoche, yeah? Or other people like him, no? Obviously not for everybody, yeah? But like I say, I saw this other man who had this other High Lama who had this, I don't know if it was an A or an Om. I remember the three, yeah? The shape looks like a three on its side now, under his skin, yeah? So amazing, yeah? So for sure that's true. I mean, they don't write these things because they've got nothing better to say. They record all these things because they're actually true, yeah? Okay. So anyway, so when Rinpoche was born as Latsun Namka Jigme, yeah, in the 16th, at the end of the 16th century of the modern era, in 1597, yeah, he was born with this here, like this other man, yeah, his nose and his tongue, yeah. Okay, so obviously his parents must have thought he was something special because of these marks on his face, no, his holy marks, yeah. Okay, so then he became a Buddhist novice monk, yeah, in the Sungnyen Hermitage, yeah, and Sungnyen means like friend of the Buddhist teachings, yeah, and he was given the name Kunzang Namgyal, yeah, like Samantha Badra, all victorious, something like that, yeah, okay, or all excellence, all victory. Yeah? So first he studied in the Shedra in the monastic university of Tangdrok, where he received many empowerments on teachings on many profound practices and from many masters, yeah. And especially he practiced the 8 great harukas. Now this is a form of practice from the Nyingmapa school, coming from Padmasambhava, yeah. So do you remember that I said some weeks ago that Rinpoche was one of the 25 disciples of Padmasambhava, and not only Rinpoche but also NgalSo Rinpoche was one, yeah. So NgalSo Rinpoche and our Gangchen Rinpoche have been friends since a really, really long time, yeah, since 1,200 years. Can you imagine being friends with somebody for 1,200 years? Yeah, amazing, yeah. Okay, so anyway, so he mastered all these practices. Okay, then he studied for 17 years with the Dzogchen master Sonang Wangpo and received the Longchen Ningtik, the essence of the Dzogchen teachings, which he achieved the complete realization. These are called Namtha, yeah? It means like liberation biography, yeah? How they achieve their realizations, yeah? Then from Nawang Mikyo Doji, I'm not sure if this is the Karmapa or another Mikyo Doji, but anyway, it says from Nawang Mikyo Doji, he also received instructions on the profound and secret yogic practices called the Path of Skillful Means, yeah? And its attendant activities called the disciplined conduct of awareness, yeah? So actually in this, Rinpoche is also very much like this Lama, because Rinpoche he always said, in the modern world, there's many lamas, yeah, or many in the West are excellent in teaching and explaining the Dharma. For me, there's no need to do, even though, of course, he did do anyway. Yeah? He said, I want to show the power of the Dharma. And Rinpoche was always, he said, I'm a method Lama. Yeah? This is what this means, the path of skillful means. Yeah. So this is like a theme in many of Rinpoche's lives, actually. Yeah. So he became a supreme practitioner of these. Many lamas consider that since his time, nobody has displayed such complete mastery. Yeah? Then he spent many years practicing in some of the most remote and sacred pilgrimage places of central and western Tibet, perfecting his accomplishment. Through this, he was able to completely unravel the knot of the energy channels in the throat center, yeah? Okay, so we know when he was born, he had like here, yeah? This is like Amitabha, no, isn't it? He had and here, yeah? So this is the symbol of Amitabha, and then as he got older and practiced, he completely, like we do, like Pamela Pema, like this, he completely opened the knot of the throat center. So then every word he spoke was always refined and full of meaning. He subdued an extremist king in India, yeah, somebody who's not into Buddhism, yeah, and established him in the Dharma, yeah. In central Tibet, that means central Tibet means like Lhasa, Shigatse, it's called Usang. Means central, yeah. So in central Tibet, he was able to enlist the help of all the local deities to help him in restoring the temple of Samye. So I don't know if you know, but Samye was one of the first Buddhist monasteries built in Tibet, and it's built like in this shape, like a mandala, okay? And it was built. I think. Let me just check. I think Padmasambhava built it. Let me just check. Yeah, 1 second. I'll just Google it. Yeah. Let me just get the right story. Yeah? 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Padmasambhava. Yeah. Requested by Trisong Detsen, the king of the time, he built the Samye monastery. So how he did it was he got he built it, i.e. he got all the deities, the gods and protectors of Tibet to build it for him. Yeah, okay. So anyway, there was this whole story about that. Yeah, how they would build it, and then in the night somebody would pull it down, and so on until finally Padmasambhava got all the deities on his side. Yeah. And so finally, the deities of Tibet, they built the Samye monastery, okay? So that's in the 8th century. And that was the kind of foundational monastery of Tibet, actually, yeah? Because Padmasambhava was the one who brought Buddhism to Tibet, yeah? Okay? In the first wave of Buddhism in Tibet, yeah? So now, Rinpoche, as Latsun, what's it called? Latsun Namka Jigme, yeah? Yeah. He restored Samye temple. And what did he do? He thought, I'll do the same thing, yeah? He thought it was good enough for Padmasambhava, I will do the same thing, yeah? So Rinpoche, yeah, that's Rinpoche in that life, this one, yeah? He went to Samye and he asked all the guardian spirits and protectors of Tibet to help him rebuild the monastery, which would actually that would be really good. No need machines, everything, no need to pay anything. Yeah, the deities did it for him. Yeah, so they helped him a lot in rebuilding the monastery. Yeah, okay. So that's something really amazing, no? And why? Because in the past life he was one of the 25 disciples of Padmasambhava, so he knew what to do, no? For sure, if Padmasambhava was his guru, he was there, no? When they were building Samye the first time, yeah? So these things of reincarnation, that's how it goes from life to life, continuing with the same thing, yeah? Like same dedication, taking care of the same people, yeah, never forgetting. Even so, Rinpoche said many times that he's been in many different lineages of Tibetan Buddhism, and okay, so now he's Gelugpa, yeah, definitely 100% definitely Gelugpa, but still he has feeling and connection with all these other people, yeah. So, for example, he went back and he helped to the first restoration of the True Kagyu monastery, Trupul Lotsawa monastery, yeah. And in this lifetime, yeah, he helped with the rebuilding of the Samye monastery. So it goes like this, yeah. Never give up the commitment. So that's very reassuring for us, isn't it? Yeah. Even hundreds of years later, still wants to take care, still caring for those people, yeah. Okay. Okay. So then it says that at Sari, yeah. Sari is a very holy place, yeah. I think it's one of the Haruka places in Tibet, yeah. At Sari, he stopped a huge avalanche simply by gazing at it and making the threatening mudra, okay? Threatening mudra is like this one, yeah, okay? Okay, this is not like the Western one. This is a Garuda. These are the horns of the Garuda, okay? So by making this and obviously generating himself as a Buddha, yeah, with strong divine pride, he was able to stop the avalanche from coming down and harming many village people, yeah? So very important, yeah? During his retreats in Tibet, in all these different caves and holy pilgrimage places, he experienced many extraordinary pure visions, yeah? From one of these emerged one of his greatest termas, one of his greatest treasures, yeah? The Doje Ningpo Tringi Tolu Choko, the spontaneous song of the clouds, the nucleus of indestructible reality, which is particularly revered as a summary of the inner teachings of the Terma lineages, yeah? So in the Nyingmapa tradition, yeah, they have this Terma lineage, which is like, they have these people like for example, Latsun Namka Jigme, aka Rinpoche in the 18th century. And they have like this ability to like so Padmasambhava in the 8th century, together with Yeshe Sogyal and Mandava, his two consorts, yeah, they hid many special instructions around in Tibet, yeah. For example, in rocks, in trees, in the pillars of monasteries, and also in space, in the elements, okay. And he said these teachings are for the future generations, yeah. So, and then afterwards there came these people, most of whom are the reincarnations of Padmasambhava's main disciples, yeah. So in the future they take rebirth and then they just rediscover the teachings of Padmasambhava, okay. Basically that's the Turtan lineage of the Nyingmapa tradition, yeah. So Rinpoche in that life was one of the most famous treasure finders, yeah, okay. But also, if you remember, I was speaking the other day about Trupul Lotsawa, no? Rinpoche in the 12th century was this famous Kagyupa Lama called Trupul Lotsawa, okay? The one who got leprosy, yeah? And who cured himself through Lojong and then went to India and India and studied Sanskrit and then came back knowing Sanskrit and also invited 3 famous yogis to Tibet, no? Mitra Yogi, Buddha Sri, and Kachim Pandita, Sakya Sri, no? 3 very famous masters, yeah? So, in that lifetime, Rinpoche, as Trupul Lotsawa, he wrote many, many books, yeah? Many of them were translations of Mitra Yogi teachings, yeah? Okay, and I was saying a lot of them are like things like self-healing, opening the chakras, like many, many things that we do. Rinpoche said they were inspired by the practices of Trupul Lotsawa for his past life, yeah, okay? So Trupul Lotsawa, after he'd written these 200 or 300 books, yeah, something like that, I mean, written, like handwritten, like these things here, you know, like handwritten, yeah, or got somebody else to write them and he dictated them. After he'd finished, like some big volumes like that, and then he said, okay, these teachings are not for the present generation, they're not for the 12th century, they're for the future generations, yeah? That means us, yeah? He said, so I'm going to hide them in the heaven, yeah? So, Rinpoche La, in the 90s, yeah? When he went to Borobudur, he asked his guru's permission, he saw the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, yeah? And then when he came back, it all started coming out like of his mind, like kind of like downloading, yes? That's how it goes, yeah? It's like comes very quickly, like the whole thing into your mind, yeah? Like not just one bit, but the whole thing appears in your mind, yeah? Like a very fast download. So it all the whole self-healing downloaded into Rinpoche La's mind. And then when he started to teach, as I was trying to explain these days, it was already all there, like point 1, point 2, and he was just kind of like dictating, you know, how the practice would be, yeah? And so Rinpoche actually, Rinpoche, our Gangchen Rinpoche, was also a Turton, yeah? Even though officially in the Gelugpa tradition we don't have treasure finders, but actually we had Gangchen Rinpoche, and he said, I took this out from the space treasury of my mind, and I put it there in the 12th century when I was Trupu Lotsawa, yeah? So anyway, so also, but you see also Rinpoche in the 18th century, 18th and 19th centuries, 200 years ago, was a Nyingmapa Turton, Nyingmapa treasure holder, also one of the most famous and powerful ones, yeah? This Latsen Namka Jigme. So let me tell you a bit more of his story, yeah? Okay? It's very famous, this Latsen, in the Nyingmapa tradition, yeah? Even Rinpoche said to me many times, yeah? He said, Nama Gelugpa, yeah? Okay, so he said, even I'm not sure many of our Gelugpa society will accept this, but he said, anyway, I was a Nyingmapa Terma, yeah? He said, I've been many things in my other lives, yeah? Okay, also, if you believe in reincarnation, we have many lives, yeah? Not Gelugpa is like since the time of Lama Tsongkhapa onwards, he said, so actually I've been Nyingmapa, I've been Kagyupa, I've been all kinds of things in my past life, okay? Okay, so let's look a little bit more at Rinpoche La's life as the great Nyingmapa Turton, Latsen Namka Jigme. Yeah? So it says, during his retreats in Tibet, he discovered one of his greatest treasures, which was called the Spontaneous Song of the Clouds, the nucleus of indestructible reality, which is considered one of the most profound treasure texts, yeah? And it says, even just to see or hear or think about this teaching establishes the seed of liberation, yeah? And then he passed this on to a few lucky disciples, okay? So his most important teachings were the great Vidyadharas, Gyatso Ningpo, and Dudul Dorje, yeah? But anyway, so his teachers urged him to go and travel throughout the Himalayas, yeah? And also there'd been one long-term one prediction that if he did so, it would be of great benefit to many people. So in 1646, when he was, how old was he? Almost 50 years old, yeah? Yeah, he was like 50 years old. When he was, excuse me, when he was 50, he went on foot, yeah, to Lari Osel Ningpo in Sikkim, so not so near. So, okay, now we think it's far, to go to Tibet and around in a jeep, a very comfortable jeep, or flying, yeah. And we say, oh, I'm so tired, and I made such a big effort, but all we did was like get on a plane and get off, no? Or sit in a nice jeep, yeah, or maybe a bus and sing some songs together. But he went walking, yeah, to Sikkim, yeah, which is like really, 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 really far. So it must have taken him, I don't know how long, probably about a year to walk from Tibet, from central Tibet to Sikkim, yeah. And also you have to walk up and down through the Himalayas. Very, very difficult journey, yeah, okay. So he went, and Rinpoche said this was like one of his greatest deeds, actually, was opening this, like, he called it like the secret land of Pemako in Sikkim, yeah. He said it was like a hidden valley, yeah, which to this day many people still cannot see, yeah. Only people with very good karma can enter there, yeah. Let's see what it says here, yeah, in this Namta, yeah. So it says there in Sikkim, he founded a temple and a hermitage, establishing it as one of the most sacred places of pilgrimage in the Himalayas, yeah. So, according with an earlier prophecy about him, made by the Dakinis, he then had another vision, he revealed another treasure text called Rigzin Sogdrup, the accomplishment of the life force of the Vidyadharas, yeah, while he was on retreat in a cave, yeah, in Sikkim, yeah. And anyway, so these are the highest and most profound, these two teachings that we mention here are the highest instructions on the Dzogchen Ati Yoga, yeah, okay? So, regarding this kind of thing, yeah, so as you know, in the Tibetan traditions we have, we have like Mahamudra, we have Dzogchen, we have many, many different ways of explaining the nature of reality, and then we have all kinds of different lineages about this, okay? So several times I went to Rinpoche and I asked him, Rinpoche La, what is the difference between Dzogchen and Mahamudra? And Rinpoche just said, none whatsoever. He said, it's all the same, yeah. You know, but I mean, we, like, for example, me, I'm a Gelugpa, yeah. I mean, I'm 35 years trying to practice this. So it's like Rinpoche said many times, you know, there's one mountain, yeah, big mountain. Of course, there's many paths up the mountain. And of course, all the paths lead up to the top, yeah, of all the ones, the full paths, yeah. So what you need to do is get on one path and keep going, yeah. He said nowadays, many people have this problem that they go halfway up the path, then they feel some doubt, then they're not sure, then they go down again, then they go up another path, and so on. So finally, they never get up the mountain now because they're always like changing their minds. So whether we do Dzogchen or Mahamudra or whatever, yeah, we just need to immerse ourselves in the practice, receive the lineage of blessings of the lineage gurus, and keep going. And for sure, finally, we will reach liberation and enlightenment for sure. Because also in the Nyingma tradition, they have many great enlightened masters, yeah, wonderful people, yeah, okay. So anyway, so like that, yeah. So yes, in that life, Rinpoche was a great master, one of the greatest revealers of the Dzogchen tradition, okay. Then, through his practice of Riwo Sangcha, Latsun Nangpa Jigme, aka Rinpoche, was able to remove all the human and non-human obstacles to the Dharma in Sikkim, and he opened it as a secret land of the teachings, yeah? So, he said because of this, he was able to teach Dzogchen very widely in Sikkim in the remaining years of his life, and he established a vibrant and unbroken lineage that continues to this day, which nowadays is called Sikkim Dzogchen, yeah? Okay? So, Rinpoche La in this life actually also had a very strong connection with Sikkim, yeah? When he went into exile, in the early 1960s, when he left Tibet, he also went to Sikkim, yeah? And at that time, he was invited by the Queen of Sikkim. Rinpoche was known as a healer, a great healer, yeah? And he cured the Queen of Sikkim's mother of an eye disease, yeah? So then he became super famous in Sikkim. And he healed many people there, okay? And he got many like kind of awards and respect and things like that. But finally, then he decided to move on, fortunately for us, and went to India and then to the West and the rest of the world. So thank you, Rinpoche, for not staying just in Sikkim, even though it would have been massively beneficial for the Sikkimese people, yeah? So it says more than 200 of Latsun Namkha Jigme's writings have survived, yeah? But these two books, Accomplishing the Life Force of the Vidyadharas and The Spontaneous Song of the Clouds, have been transmitted and practiced since then until now in Tibet and Sikkim very strongly, yeah? Anyway, so like that, yeah, okay. So very, very, very famous and important, yeah. Let me find you some other things that Rinpoche said about this life. This is the one official Namtha. Okay, now let me find you what Rinpoche told me and what I wrote down. Okay, let's see what Rinpoche said on the subject. Yeah, 1 second. Okay, here we are. 1 second. Now I'm looking at the crystal biography. The unpublished crystal biography of Rinpoche's past incarnations, yeah? Okay, chapter 8. Hang on 1 second. Okay, here we are. Okay, so this is what okay, I'll just read to you what it says in the crystal biography, okay? So at first there's a little prayer, and it says, again, as you intended in fulfillment of your vow, among the garlands of your successive embodiments was the emanation, the lamp in the sky, even more astounding than the others, an Arya supreme in his activities that surpassed imagination. To this glorious Lama's feet, we address our wishing prayers. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. I'll just read what it says. Yeah, it says, okay. So Latsan Namka Jigme was a Turton or treasure finder from the Nyingmapa lineage, which means he had the ability to extract previously hidden precious texts. Yeah. Okay. So, and as a boy, he studied traditional arts and sciences, particularly medicine, and he practiced the Nyingma and the Sama traditions of Buddhism. Aged 18, he went into retreat for 17 years. And when he emerged at 35, he began discovering treasure texts, many in public, so inspiring thousands of people. And although living as a monk, he had amazing supernormal powers, yeah? Then it says, okay. Then it says, what was his connection with Padmasambhava? So it says, Padmasambhava was the Vajrayana master who was responsible for bringing Buddhism to Tibet in the 8th century. And he's often called the second Buddha from Odhyana. Now, Odhyana is in Afghanistan, yeah, in the Swat Valley, okay? At a certain point, however, the omniscient Padmasambhava foresaw there would be different obstacles to Dharma practice, yeah? And so he hid certain teachings that would be revealed at an appropriate moment to deal with those obstacles. Yeah. So he blessed his 25 heart disciples, of which Rinpoche was one. Yeah. Okay. And he planted the seed of realization in their minds. Yeah. So kind of like, it's like, okay, so now I'm blessing you, but now in 500 years' time, you will remember, like you will go to one place and bing, something will wake up and you will discover this treasure text, yeah, okay? It's a bit like setting on your iPhone, like a reminder, yeah? Like that wakes up in those people's minds, those, high people's minds, several hundred years later in the future, yeah, okay? So in the case of Latsan Namka Jigme, Guru Rinpoche predicted he would open the hidden land of Sikkim. And also, he revealed several important cycles of Guru Rinpoche's secret teachings, yeah? And in the 92nd chapter of Padmasambhava's biography, the Padma Katang, it says, yeah, from the Indian villages of Ganru and Binsa, 2 or 3 great teachers will come to Tibet. They will worship and make offerings to the Jowo Shakyamuni, the precious Lord of Lhasa, and then a sign will appear that the time has come for the Terma treasure concealed in Lokong Lojang to be revealed. Yeah? The revealer of this treasure will be called Urgyen Lepro Lingpa. Yeah? So, anyway, so it says that this means that Latsun Namka Jigme was actually the incarnation of one of the 25 heart disciples of Guru Rinpoche, yeah? Okay. Okay. Then here's a different version of this story. There's always there's always more than one story. So it's nice to put the details together, yeah? So it says, okay, Latsan Namka Jigme lived during the reign of, for us, the third, fourth, and fifth Dalai Lamas, yeah? He was born in Kongpo, Tibet in 1585, the day the star Gyal appeared in the sky. Gyal is the victory star, so that means that astrologically that's very auspicious, yeah? Okay. His father was called Chokyong Gompo and his mother Namlang Utri, or Putri. It's not really clear from this, yeah? From an early age, he showed unusual signs of intelligence and a great interest in the Buddha's teachings, yeah? Okay. Anyway, became a monk and studied, yeah? When he was in his early 20s, he entered into a hermitage and the door was bricked up, leaving only a hole big enough to pass food through, yeah? And he lived there as a hermit meditator for 17 years in isolation, practicing the practices his Lama had given him, yeah? Okay, so when they say he entered into retreat, it's not exactly like we only say, oh yes, I'm going on retreat. Not like us, yeah? Like very comfortable with our big TV, with Netflix, with a nice comfy sofa, with everything we want and more, yeah? And internet and everything, yeah? No, the Tibetan meditators, they were really hardcore, yeah? And this is true, yeah? Many of them, like the high ones, that when they went into retreat, they actually literally had themselves like entombed in a room, yeah? Recently, I was looking at some pictures, yeah, of one meditation cell where one of the Karmapas spent many years meditating, yeah, and it was literally literally only big enough like for a person to lie down. It was so tiny, yeah, but it was actually like bricked up in this for many years. So that's what they mean. They're like kind of like had themselves like basically like entombed in like boxes, yeah. So no chance to get out. And actually, this is one of the reasons why our Trilko tradition developed, yeah, because they were in a kind of a really extreme situation, and also they couldn't go out to exercise, yeah. So they would exercise by doing these movements, yeah. There was just enough space in these meditation caves to actually do a prostration, yeah. Not much else, yeah. Credible, no? And so it's true. They literally had these really tiny rooms, and then they would have the door kind of cemented over, so no second thoughts. It's like, okay, too bad, now that's it, yeah. Also, no light in there, remember, you've got to memorize everything, yeah. Just the little light from the little window, yeah, and just in one little hole so your assistant can pass through food, and also I suppose pee and caca, you had one pot and could put it out the window, yeah. Otherwise it would be difficult, no, yeah. So they live like this, no, together with one assistant taking care, yeah. And these kind of little cabins, you can still see, I was saying the other day, yeah, that in Parping, in Kathmandu, there's the little meditator's hut of Naropa, yeah. And there's still this slot in the wall, and there's this there's this kind of superstition that if you can get out through it, you'll be blessed. So I tried, but I was too fat and got stuck, yeah. So anyway, so they must have been pretty thin, these people who were walled up in these meditation caves, yeah, okay. Anyway, so he had himself walled up, yeah, with obviously one assistant, because otherwise no chance, yeah, okay, for 17 years, yeah. And so, people would pass him sampa and butter and things through, yeah, shout, are you still alive? Yes, okay, good, yeah. So he stayed there for 17 years, yeah, incredible, no? So the only place to go is in, no? There's like no distraction whatsoever. And many of our high lamas, like also Gyalwet and Sapa, the Karmapas, incredible, no? They really did this. Also Rinpoche did this in his 200 years ago, no? Okay, now obviously nowadays he was not suggesting that. And actually Rinpoche, he was saying that, okay, like in the future, he hoped that around our new temple, he was thinking that in the woods, yeah, to build some cabins for meditators, but not like this, yeah, not burying them alive, yeah. He said no, very comfortable, like cabins with like own cooking facilities, own bathrooms, all facilities, very nice, because Rinpoche always was very kind, no? And he tried to make everything as comfortable and as nice and as easy for everybody as possible, yeah. So please don't decide that you should. It would be nowadays. I think it would be impossible for anybody to do this for more than like 1 or 2 days. I think people would freak out, But at that time was different kind of mentality. So remember, I'm reading these stories of Rinpoche's past lives, but Rinpoche said, okay, then was then, now is now. It doesn't mean that everything that happened then that we need to replicate now, fortunately. Because personally, I have no desire to be bricked up in a little cell, yeah. But anyway, they had incredible renunciation, these people, yeah. So for them, there was nothing outside whatsoever. Just the only way out is like, inward, yeah, into the central channel, no? Amazing, no? Yeah. Anyway, so Rinpoche in the 18th century, when Rinpoche looked like that, which looks, I don't know if you can see, looked very much like Rinpoche now, no? Okay. That was him. That must have been afterwards, yeah. He must have put on a bit of weight after he came out of that cave, yeah. But anyway, when Rinpoche looked like Rinpoche, but was in the 18th century, yeah. He did spend 17 years in this like monastic, this yogi cave cell, bricked up like that. Okay, incredible, no? And in there, he mastered the completion stage practices of controlling his channel winds and drops, yeah, and achieved the Mahamudra realizations and began to have many dreams and visions about termas and hidden treasures, yeah? Actually, the only one of our friends who's ever tried like being in a cave is our friend Claudio, yeah? So, excuse me, Claudio, if you're listening, but let me try and recount the story that Claudio told me. He said one time he'd like to go in a cave, no? So he went somewhere up in the Himalayas, yeah? Because that time he was in the FPMT, no? And finally he found a little cave he liked to go in, so he go in the cave. But then the next day somebody knocked on the door, because they have doors, no? And they said, oh, you've got to pay the rent. Just okay, gave them some money, yeah, because I'm afraid even a cave in the Himalayas now is not free, yeah. So then I said okay, and in the cave there was like a meditation box, like a wooden box, yeah. And the yogic tradition is that you don't lie down; you have to stay in this box, yeah. Okay, like sitting like this, and you can just like lean back on the box. So Claudio is really, very many years practicing, yeah. Okay, we have a lot of, Claudio tells incredible stories, and I recommend that if possible you listen to more of Claudio's stories. They're really interesting, yeah. So he said he was in this box but was so uncomfortable he woke up with his like sort of his feet hanging over the top of the box, because it's really difficult to sleep in this box, yeah. So he tried for a few nights, and then it's like, okay, thank you, yeah. So he's the only one of us that ever tried to stay in a cave, yeah, till now, yeah. But Rinpoche said it's okay, no need. But anyway, Rinpoche did that in the 200 years ago, okay? So anyway, so when Rinpoche left his hermit cell, age 35, yeah, he found his first treasure text on the 10th day, on the Guru Day, on the first Tibetan month of the year 1620, yeah? So there was a rock shaped like a Garuda, yeah? And inside, he put his hand, and there was a small scroll, like a little roll, no? With a list of places that had been written by Yeshe Sogyal, one of the two consorts of Guru Rinpoche. And she was one of the concealer of the treasure text, yeah? And the list of the place names was called the Wisdom Key of Yeshe Sogyal, yeah? And so it was kind of like a little bit like a guide. So he used to follow this list. And he went to all the places on this little scroll, and in each place he was able to bring out a treasure text, yeah? So it said he unearthed many secret texts, including, actually here we don't have very good Tibetan, yeah? I'll put the English name, the union of all the precious ones, yeah? Of the three precious jewels, which is very much in a text which is still very much used by Nyingma practitioners today, yeah? Then it says he went to Kongpo, one region in Tibet, yeah? And it says the governor of Kongpo tried to protect him from taking out a treasure text, yeah? And sent many soldiers to guard the hidden place, yeah? So actually, this story Rinpoche told me. He said that Rinpoche always said, yeah, in that life, okay, you may not believe this, but this is what Rinpoche told me. He said, in that lifetime, he said he had a flying horse, and flew to Sikkim, yeah? So it says here, yeah? He says, in that lifetime, Latson Namka Jigme mounted on his horse, which by magic power he caused to run along the mirror surface walls of a deep gorge, yeah? Where the treasure text was hidden, yeah? Up in the mountains, yeah? So actually also many Mahasiddhas in Tibet, they have these stories, yeah? They have, anyway. So when he reached the right spot, high up on the rock face, he placed his hand on the rock, yeah, which made a mark, and pulled out the terma, yeah. So then he flew away into the sky on his horse, kind of like a Pegasus, yeah. So the soldiers who were watching below were obviously completely stunned and impressed, and ran away. They were kind of scared, yeah. So this text that he brought out from this rock helped to bring peace in Tibet for many centuries, yeah, okay. Now, Rinpoche had told me this story many times, yeah, okay? So, anyway, so whether you believe it or not is up to you, okay? Anyway, so, Latson Namka Nyingpo opened the inner hidden land of Sikkim, which had previously been concealed by Guru Rinpoche 9 centuries before, like a treasure to be opened at the right time, yeah, okay? So, there's this thing called secret lands, okay, yeah, of which Shambhala is one of them, no? Like Rinpoche's book, the one that we're giving the commentary on, Self-Healing, no? It's called Self-Healing 2, no? Tantric Self-Healing of Body and Mind, a method to transform this world into Shambhala, yeah, okay? So Shambhala is also a hidden land in the sense that even though it's a real place, that most people in this world presently don't have the karma to see it, yeah? So it means that even if you're right in front of it, you cannot literally see it, yeah? Because the imprints in your mind have not ripened for you literally to be able to see it, yeah? And this is 100% possible. I'll tell you not about Shambhala, but I'll tell you something from my own experience. Like, for many years, I lived in Milano, no? In the center of Milano, yeah? In Kumpan, yeah? Near there. Now, there's like the kind of medieval part of the city, Brera. Okay, and every day, I used to walk down one street, yeah, okay. Then I think I'd been walking down this street for like 20 years, and I suddenly saw this like huge medieval door full of like studs and decorations, and I was completely impressed. And I suddenly realized that I'd been walking past this door for like 20 years, and I'd never seen it, yeah. So it's like somehow I hadn't had like the imprint in my mind to see it, yeah. Because this is actually how things go, even though things are there, until you have the conditions ripen in your mind to see it, you can't see it, yeah? So there's the famous story of when Captain Cook, yeah, one of the English colonializers, went to the Pacific Islands, yeah? The local people, when his ship arrived, they literally, this is recorded, they couldn't see his ship because they had no mental image of these like huge sailing ships from like the 17th and 18th century, yeah? So the local people who were used to going around in a canoe, what they could see is kind of like ripples in the sea, yeah? And this is recorded in the history, it's true, yeah? And they literally, even though there's like several massive ships full of like English, let's say pirates and buccaneers and colonizers there in front of them, they couldn't see them, yeah? Until they actually came down and got in their like small boats and rowed into the side of onto the beach. Then they saw them, yeah? So this is actually how our perception works, strangely enough. So the idea of a hidden land is not so strange, yeah? Because there's many, many things that even though they're actually there in front of us, we can't see until something clicks in our mind that allows us to see them, okay? So, for example, Shambhala is one of them. And when I was talking about Shambhala, no? I was giving all these examples of, like, for example, one time Rinpoche was on a trek in Mongolia, and he was going to everybody, here we are, here's Shambhala, pointing at something, and everybody was like, what? And nobody could see anything, yeah? For example, yeah? So there's many, many things like that until you're in Buddhism we say, till your wisdom eye is open, till your third eye is opened, yeah? Yeah? So anyway, Latsun Nangpa Jigme, he opened up this secret land, another one like Shambhala, which is called Pemako, which is another kind of hidden secret land of practice in Sikkim. So actually there's many of these secret lands, yeah, okay? And very interestingly, in the past 20 years, in Albagnano, Rinpoche's main center in the west, yeah, Gangchen Rinpoche 2 in North Italy, yeah, which is Rinpoche's main center outside of Tibet, yeah. Rinpoche said that also was a hidden valley, yeah, and literally it was a hidden valley because literally we couldn't, when we first went there, when Rinpoche first moved there, none of us could find it, and it wasn't on any maps or anything like that, yeah. I remember the first time I went with a friend we tried to drive from Milano to Albagnano, which actually was like 2.5 hours, yeah. And we spent 5.5 hours going around, could not find it for any way, impossible, really. It's totally like difficult, yeah, to find this place, yeah. And in the early years, we had many people like calling us saying, where is this place? It's not on the map. We can't, from all over the world, yeah. Then we'd have to like send like GPS coordinates and stuff like that for people to get to Albagnano, yeah. So, and Rinpoche said actually next to Albagnano there's one place called Be, yeah. And so in Tibetan, Belung means like hidden valley. So Rinpoche was like completely happy about this. He said, yes, of course, this is a hidden valley, yeah, okay, yeah. And it's also the word ashram is Besramanaya, yeah, okay. So Rinpoche was completely happy. He said Albagnano is another hidden valley. And it's true, no? It is actually the end of you can only go into Albagnano. You can't, there's no way out apart from walking, no? So you can only go in and come out through one road, yeah? So he said that was another one. So if you don't feel like trying to get to Shambhala, you might have been a bit put off by the Panchen Lama's Guide to Shambhala that I was talking about a while ago, where you have to swim across icy rivers, you have to get a goddess to freeze them, and you have to crawl with vines across cliffs, and you have to avoid being eaten by cannibals and all sorts of things. It's quite hard, actually. And you have to take special fruit in your rucksack across a blazing desert, which will take you just far enough to pass this desert where there's no water, and so on and so on. So this is the Panchen Lama's book explains how to get to Shambhala, like the roadmap. But honestly, it didn't sound like so easy, but each place you have to do a series of meditations, So personally, I interpreted it more as that we have to do those meditations, okay? So even we could stay very comfortably in our homes or in Albagnano or wherever we are in the world and do those meditations, and finally we will get to Shambhala, and especially if we do NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing, like Rinpoche says here on the front of his book, okay? So in the 200 years ago, Rinpoche opened the secret land of Pemako, in Sikkim, Let's see if it says anything else about it here, Oh, yeah, so it says here, it says, okay, in the Guru Rinpoche, he saw that as the Kali Yuga got worse, there would be many difficulties and many environmental problems. So out of great compassion, he blessed 108 secret lands in the Himalayas, and left guidebooks and maps how to get there, concealed as treasure texts to be revealed at the right historical moment, when a Turton, a treasure revealer, would appear to find them, So that's what Rinpoche did. He had this little map, this scroll from Yeshu Sogyal. And then as a result of his incredible realizations, as a result of having meditated bricked up in a yogi's cell for 17 years, he was able to open the secret land of Pemako in Sikkim, So Guru Rinpoche predicted at the end of the Kali Yuga, the 5 elements would fail. Guru Rinpoche said, as a result of the elemental energies becoming unbalanced in various ways, many evil signs will appear, such as terrific thunder and lightning, hailstorms, violent hurricanes and tornadoes, floods, the glaciers will break, earthquakes, volcanoes will awaken, and the crops will be destroyed. The cycle of the seasons and the heavenly bodies will go out of balance. Well, all the rest sounds like climate change, doesn't it? Okay. The earth will become infertile and the forest will disappear. Food will lose its vital energy, and so on, and so on, and so on, okay? So anyway, not a very nice prediction, okay? But still, we have the possibility to do something to change things for the better, yeah? But, okay, so for this reason, he made these 108 secret lands, where kind of like reservoirs of pure energy for our times for the Kali Yuga. One of which is the Pemako secret land of Sikkim, and actually 109 Rinpoche made Albagnano, Belung, okay. So now we have 109 secret holy places, or secret valleys, which are holding the pure energy of the Dharma, okay. Except now Albagnano, you all know how to get there if you want to, okay. And then Rinpoche said, perhaps there are more than 108 secret lands, Actually, this was written before we had Albagnano, As the Buddha's emanations care for all living beings, And he said also, Western people presently live in more polluted environments than Oriental people, okay. So it said, okay, anyway. Then it says, okay, this is in the Crystal biography, Latsun Namka Jigme's opening of the secret land of Pemako, a secret place of Vajrayogini, So, in the early 19th century, Latsun Namka Jigme revealed the first map and guidebook to Pemako, which had been hidden as a treasure text by Guru Rinpoche. So this Pemako means the displayed lotus, okay, and is actually a secret pure land of Vajrayogini. So Pemako is shaped like an 8-petaled lotus, encircled by mountains and rivers. At the center of the lotus is the mountain plateau of Tashiding in the Himalayan state of Sikkim, And on the subtle level, Pemako is the mandala of Lama Gompo Dupa, which is the principal deity of the mandala of Tashi Ding, surrounded by a retinue of 8 Guru Buddhas. Yeah. So Rinpoche, in that lifetime, he wrote what's called the Latsun History, which is a revelation about this, and it explains about the Pemako secret land. I think this book's only available in Tibetan, yeah? And it explains about, in this Pure Land in Sikkim, there's 4 gateways in the 4 directions, yeah? So there's Sikkim, yeah, okay, which is a place, yeah? But inside of Sikkim, there's this Pure Land. So it's a bit like in where Lama Tsongkhapa is, yeah? Okay, so we have various like god realms in samsara, yeah? We have, like, for example, the 33 god realms, yeah? Yeah? So in one of them, there's one god realm, and in one part of this god realm is the Ganda Nyuga Chuzim Palace, where Lama Tsongkhapa and Atisha and many of our lamas are living. Yeah, it's kind of like a pied-à-terre for lamas. Yeah, okay, near to us. Yeah, because it's very close to our reality. Yeah, okay. So within a sansaric realm can be a pure land. Okay, so for example, where Lama Tsongkhapa is presently residing within the heaven, God realm of the 33 is Tushita, okay? Tushita heaven is there. And here, we're talking about within the country of Sikkim, north of India, yeah? There's the Pemako Pure Land, okay? Vajrayogini, yeah? So Rinpoche said the inner mandala of Sikkim contains many extraordinary holy places and objects, yeah? Such as Lari Nyingpuk in northern Sikkim, which was opened by Latsun Namka Jigme as a pilgrimage place for ordinary people, yeah? And this is one of the holiest power places of Sikkim, yeah? And there are 3 caves with spontaneously arising images growing out of the rocks, yeah? Okay, so this particular place, I've never been. However, I have seen something like this, and not just me, many other people, in Nepal, in the Parping caves, yeah? So this is also a place of Vajrayogini, Parping, yeah, where the Pantingpa brothers of our Vajrayogini lineage lived, yeah? And also, actually, there's also caves of Pamasambhava, yeah? And there's one cave where Pamasambhava put his hand into the rock, and you can put your hand in it, yeah? It's the left hand, yeah? Okay. So there's one cave there, okay? Which nowadays they built a huge monastery around. It used to be just a cave, okay? But now, okay, modern times, there's a huge monastery attached all around it, yeah? So in there, there's maybe somebody can put a picture of this in our WhatsApp groups afterwards, yeah? And show our Sangha. This is true, yeah? There's what's called a self-arising Ganesh and Tara statue, okay? So it means that there's an image on the wall, yeah, which is naturally appearing, yeah? So at first you think, oh, this is not true. Maybe somebody's going in the night and like carving it, yeah? But I have pictures of this. I mean, I've been several times now over the years, and like pictures from like, I don't know, like 30 years ago, and pictures now. And you can see that gradually it's getting clearer, and you can see it's like not carved. It's like gradually, like, I don't know, like kind of growing out of the rock, yeah? That's what we mean by spontaneously arising images. So this is why these arise, is when there's a place of great blessing, yeah? That the Buddha's blessings kind of break through into the ordinary world, yeah? Into our, let's say, perceptual sphere, yeah? Okay? So if you ever have chance, you go to Parping, yeah? It's amazing to see the Ganesh and Tara arising out of the wall, yeah? Okay? Also, and also, do you remember when I was telling the story about Panchen Zanpo Tashi, yeah, that Panchen Lobsang Chukigal, Panchen Sonang Dragpa, who's a past incarnation of our protector, he wrote that at the time when Rinpoche, when he was Panchen Zanpo Tashi, passed away, on the wall, where in the palace of Gangchen Monastery, where Rinpoche was, there appeared like naturally an image of Tara on the wall, yeah? So these things really do happen, yeah? It's true, yeah? Anyway, so it says there are self-arisen Buddhas, yeah, okay? And all these caves had previously been blessed by Guru Rinpoche, yeah? So anyway, so this Latsun history is very much like this Guide to Shambhala, which I summarized for you, the one written by one of our Panchen Lamas, yeah? I explain how to get to Shambhala, yeah? So this book, the Latsun history, gives many profound tantric instructions on how to access the true inner pure land of Sikkim. Yeah, okay. So it's the same thing. It's not like exactly, you can't just get on a plane and go there. Yeah, because even if you're there, unless you have the karma, you can't see anything. Okay. What you have to do is meditate in order to be able to see it. Yeah. So it says that once you enter inside the Pure Land of Pemako, you must see yourself as your yidam, with Guru Rinpoche at your crown, Vajrasattva at your heart, and the Dakinis dancing through all the 72,000 subtle channels of your body. Yeah, okay. Actually, by the way, yeah, of course we are Gelugpas, yeah, in our NgalSo tradition. But Rinpoche himself, yeah, he said that himself had received the initiation of Padmasambhava and also several other Nyingmapa practices, like, for example, Lion-Faced Dakini and some other ones. Now I can't remember, but I'll tell you when I remember, yeah. Yeah. And Rinpoche, actually, I remember Rinpoche himself gave the initiation of Padmasambhava, yeah. So we always need to have great respect for, anyway, all these enlightened beings that came before, no? Yeah. I was saying before the last time, no, that Rinpoche as Panchen Zampo was considered a Rime master, yeah. And Rinpoche's energy has always been to respect all lineages, even though we ourselves, we practice our own Ganden, Nyingu, NgalSo lineage, okay? But within that, we have many practices that actually, some forms of, for example, some forms of Amitayas, Lion-Faced Dakini, and some other Ekajati, some other practices that came through Padmasambhava, yeah, okay? So anyway, so inside the Pure Land of Pemako, everybody you meet, you have to see them as a Daka and Dakini. So this instruction we need to transpose onto Albaniano. Rinpoche said that Albaniano was a secret valley, okay? And he said this many times. It's true. Many of us heard this, okay? So this means, therefore, when we go inside Albaniano, the secret valley of Albaniano, everybody we meet, we should see as a Daka or a Dakini, yeah? And also, just like it says here, no? It says here, this Sikkim, this Pemako is very pure elemental energy, very pure elements, yeah, with many conditions suitable for practice, like it's clean, it's quiet, it's isolated, and so on. A place where it's easy to do your practice, yeah. So this we can just as well apply to Albaniano, or, for example, to Campos in Brazil, yeah, yeah. The Great Love Temple of Brazil also has the same similar qualities, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. So anyway, so it says anyway. So if you do your practice there, like for example, Vajrayogini, then you will realize the inner Dakini land, yeah? If you go to that place. So aka if you go to Albaniano, yeah, the secret valley of Albaniano, Beilung, soon the same thing will happen. So what a relief. We don't need to go to Sikkim. We don't even know where Sikkim is, yeah? And especially nowadays, very difficult to get there. So no problem. When we can, we go to Albaniano. Plan B, we can go to Campos. Plan C, we can stay in our own houses and meditate, yeah? Okay? Anyway. Okay, then in the crystal biography, then it says the end of Latsum Namka Jigme's life. It said Latsum Namka Jigme became very famous and instructed many disciples to gather round him from the Nyingmapa and Kagyupa lineages. His teachings spread far and wide. He founded the Nyingmapa monastery of Bangri Jogpo, which survived until 1959, yeah? And he passed away there in 1656, age 71, yeah? Okay. So then Rinpoche, something I wrote down, the direct quote from Rinpoche. Rinpoche said, Latsun Nanka Jigme opened the inner secret land of Sikkim to ordinary people. He opened this country and this holy land, but nowadays hardly anybody goes there. But, Rinpoche said, listen to this, I means Lama Gangchen, yeah? I've opened the mandala of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas to ordinary people worldwide, yeah? It's true, no? Also, in South India, in Malaga, the holy places of Chakrasamvara and many other holy places, I reopened these to people in general. And nowadays, many people do go there. I seem to have the karma to be able to open secret things and holy places to ordinary people, yeah? Okay, so very beautiful, yeah? And it's true, Rinpoche did open the mandala of self-healing and the 5 Buddhists all over the world, yeah? There's like all kinds of incredible places. You can't even imagine where Rinpoche went and did self-healing. Incredible. Everywhere, to everybody, yeah? Yeah? Incredible, yeah? And it's true, like Rinpoche, one of the things he did was he went on pilgrimage to many, many, many holy places. Cozy, and me actually, but Cozy, let's say, principally, she's working on one book called Opening the Doors to Enlightenment. Let me see exactly what it's called. Beautiful book, which is, let's see what it's called. Hang on. It's called, Rinpoche called it Opening the Doors to Ancient Sacred Sites to Discover the Seeds of Enlightenment. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully this book will be ready soon. At the moment, I'm reading. Obviously, Cozy's made a very beautiful job. You know, Cozy La, like our Ananda. Yeah, she went all around the world with Rinpoche La for years and years and years. Yeah, unfortunately, she film and record and write down some notes about what was happening. So then, some years ago, Rinpoche La asked her to make a book about it. Okay, and then I help her a little bit with like some details, you know, about Rinpoche's past lives and things like this. Yeah. But so she's put all this together. Beautiful, really amazing, yeah? Which is showing like Rinpoche's travels around Tibet, Nepal, Mongolia, Sikkim, everywhere, okay? And all these, what Rinpoche says here about he went on pilgrimage to many places and opened many holy places. To understand this, you need a copy of Cozy's book, yeah? So if you want a copy of Cozy's book, maybe you call Cozy, okay? We're still editing at the moment. But if anybody would like help sponsor, so we can print it, that would be really nice, yeah? It's so beautiful. The images are just amazing, yeah? You just smile when you see them of Rinpoche, I don't know. And beautiful, beautiful images. So many gorgeous memories, yeah? Okay? And if you weren't there anyway, you'll have an amazing feeling, yeah? So Rinpoche going to all these holy places, I don't know, like, let's say, I don't know, Bourbador, Wutai Shan, or everywhere, all the Haruka places, all the holy places of many great masters and yogis. And it's true, he kind of showed everybody where they were. And very importantly, Rinpoche La did self-healing in all those places and request the blessing of all those gurus, all those holy beings, yeah, to bless our lineage, yeah. So that's so important, yeah. Okay. And also we have to think, you know, if Rinpoche went to all the most important Buddhist monasteries and temples and caves and shrines and everywhere in the world in front of the most important lamas and monks and everybody in the Buddhist world and did our practice. How precious is our practice, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So we have to always think about that, yeah? Yeah? Rinpoche showed and requested the blessing from every lama, every lineage, every holy place that exists in Buddhism to bless our practice, yeah? Practice that we're now practicing that we receive from Rinpoche. So we should always bear that in mind, yeah? And think how fortunate we are that we receive this legacy, yeah, from Rinpoche. And so then if we like to use our legacy, please do self-healing and you'll feel a lot better, yeah? And then many beautiful things will happen in your life for sure, yeah? Actually, I don't know if you can you see behind me, there's a picture, change the picture now. I've obviously many pictures of Rinpoche here. So okay, just put in a different one. This picture is Rinpoche. He's doing self-healing in Madrid, yeah? This is in Diego de Leon, no? In Charo's apartment she used to have, in a very beautiful neighborhood of Madrid. And this is when Rinpoche made the Lama Gangchen World Peace Foundation in 1993, yeah? This is a very iconic picture, isn't it, of Rinpoche like this, no? Like the Garuda, no? Beautiful picture, yeah? If you like a copy of that, I'm sure if you talk to our friends in Albagnano, yeah, through the shop, you can get one. It's beautiful, beautiful. But Rinpoche, I don't know if you can see; they're too small. But Rinpoche has super beautiful expression. Yeah? Anyway, so yes, Rinpoche, it's true. He opened secret things and holy places to many ordinary people, like myself, for example, and many of you and many others. Yeah, okay. This one here, Malawa. Yeah. So, in the Chakra we have the very important, powerful Chakra Samvara Tantra. Okay. So, Lord Buddha, when he looked like that, like behind me, this is the supreme emanation body. Like this, Lord Buddha taught the sutras, the Theravada sutras and the Mahayana sutras. Okay, but to certain people with certain different kind of propensities. He taught the tantras, okay? So, anyway, so for example, Lord Buddha taught, for example, Guhya Samaja, Kalachakra, Chaksamvara, many different tantras, okay? And in those, when he did that, he actually manifested in the form of the Guru Buddha, yeah? So now I'm not going to tell you all the story. That's another time, okay? Very important. Hopefully we can gradually pass through all the NgalSo teachings bit by bit. Stay tuned, yeah? But when Lord Buddha manifested in the form of Chakrasamvara, he blessed what's called the beings in the 24 holy places of the world. Yeah, at the time they were the Jyotish mandalas, the lingams of light, yeah, of Shiva. Okay, so above that, Lord Buddha manifested the 24 holy places of Haruka. Yeah, and when Lord Buddha finished his meditation, he left the 24 holy places active. Yeah, as like beacons of energy in this world. Yeah. So in the Indian and Nepalese and Tibetan subcontinent, there's many of these holy places, although Rinpoche and also many other lamas, like for example Lama Yeshe, said there were also other holy places of Vajrayogini and Haruka in the world. And for example, Lama Yeshe, yeah, he said that Milan was one of them, yeah, which is good for us, yeah, okay. So anyway, so Milan is that according to Lama Yeshe, yeah. Milano is one of the holy places of Vajrayogini. Wonderful, yeah. And according to our Lama Gangchen, Albaniano di Be is a Beilung, a secret valley like Pemako or like Shambhala, yeah. All we need to do is see things in the right way, yeah, because it all depends on us, yeah. If we see everybody as horrible, they're horrible. If we see everybody as a Dakar and a Dakini, they're a Dakar and Dakini, okay? So perhaps we need to make a little bit more effort, yeah? Yeah, so you know when your practice is going okay, when you see everybody like a Dakar and Dakini, okay? Anyway, so this Malawa, yeah, this is, okay, I'm not going to explain all the story now, but there's 24 holy places of Chakrasamvara, and Malawa is the shoulder of Chakrasamvara, okay? And it actually does look like a shoulder. I've been there with Rinpoche. It's kind of near to Sera Monastery in Karnataka state in South India. And you have to go all these places. You have to be kind of fit, yeah. You have to sort of climb up many steps up a mountain, yeah. Quite hard work. I don't know, 2,000 steps or something. And when you get to the top, there's a beautiful little shrine, which is from, I don't know, 2,000 years ago or something. And in there is considered to be the most ancient form of Chakrasamvara. Okay. So anyway, very beautiful, yeah. If you ever get the chance, one should go. If not, don't worry about it. Just go to Albaniano, just go to Campos, wherever. If you can't go to any of those places, don't worry. Go inside and meditate. Like the Mahasiddha Saraha, yeah? He said, I've wandered throughout all the holy places of India and Nepal, yeah? Throughout the whole subcontinent, yeah? I've been to them all, seen all the holy places. He said, there isn't a holy place as blissful as my own body, yeah? So that's a good tip, yeah? So if we can't go to those places, especially nowadays, maybe very difficult to travel to those places, no problems. Go inside, yeah? We're Nangpas, we're Buddhist, yeah? Go inside. Try and discover the 24 holy places and the secret valleys and the Dakas and Dakinis within your own body mandala, okay? Okay? So anyway, so Rinpoche said, in South India and Malawa, the holy places of Chakrasamvara, and many other places. And when you get to see Cozy's book, you'll see it's like many other places, incredible number of incredible, beautiful places, yeah? I reopen these to people in general, yeah? And nowadays, many people go there. I seem to have the karma to be able to open secret things and holy places to ordinary people, yeah? It's true, no? Rinpoche also, and actually this is very much similar to our Rinpoche, no? He open up completely our secret Gandan Nyingu teachings, yeah, the whispered lineage of Gandan, yeah. Why? Because he said now, like Pamasambhava said, no, at the end of the Kali Yuga, everything is awful. There's climate change. The environment is very bad. Everything is going wrong. Now we need to take out all our secret treasures and use them, yeah. It can no longer be just for a few people, yeah, stuck in a monastery in the Himalayas. These powerful, it's like, for example, if there's a great sickness, everybody, like now with the pandemic, yeah, everybody needs access to the solution, no? Yeah, not just a few rich people, yeah. So in the same way, the Kali Yuga has many problems, many sickness, many emotional disturbance, many environmental problems. And now that's why Rinpoche in 1993 took out the NgalSo Tantric Self-Healing system and opened it to the world, yeah. Because he said, okay, of course, he had like all kinds of incredible powers to help and heal so many people, yeah. But he said, me, by myself, it's not enough, no. Even me, I'm Lama Gangchen, I can do all these things, but just one, it's not enough. So what he wanted is that all of us would become like Chenrezig, you know, with 1,000 hands, or even more than 1,000 hands, we hope, yeah. Thousands of hands, like Dukkha, yeah. Dukkha's got like thousands of heads and thousands of arms, yeah. So he hoped that we would become like his hands, yeah, that each one of us would grow in our capacity, able to help and heal many others, okay? So this is like, let's say, the challenge or the legacy that Rinpoche has left to each one of us, yeah? So now we're, you know, just try our best to keep going on the enlightenment marathon that Rinpoche has left us, yeah, okay? Okay, so first, if we can help one person, ourselves, that's good, and then maybe we can help 2, 3, and so on, yeah? Gradually more, as we open our heart and we develop more. As we integrate more of Rinpoche's legacy, we'll be able to help and heal more and more people, okay? So it's true. This is, because you see this thing about reincarnation is that in Rinpoche, it was quite evident, like many of his past lives, because it's the same mental continuum, no? Okay? So this thing about he opened many secrets and many holy places to many people, this is completely true and completely Rinpoche style now, isn't it? Okay? Well, now my phone's gone off, yeah? So please somebody, my phone's gone off, yeah, but please somebody download that amazing photo of Latsen Namka Jigme from Rigpa Wiki website and post it on our WhatsApp groups. It's so amazing, yeah? It's totally Rinpoche, yeah? So anyway, who knows what it'll look like in the next life, yeah? Who knows? Now we'll see, won't we, yeah? But at least in that life, in the 200 years ago, and our present Rinpoche, looks very similar. Amazing, no? Anyway, future Rinpoche, please come back soon, Rinpoche. We will see you, no? But anyway, the thing is, inner-quality, there's something similar, no? Who knows outside what will look like, yeah? But that life really looks something similar, no? Okay, so that's Latsen Namka Jigme, yeah, the great treasure holder. And these stories about Pemako and flying in the valley, Rinpoche himself, he told me these stories many times, yeah, obviously because I was interested, yeah. I used to go sometimes in his room in Albagnano, and he would, you know, he'd like sit there, he would have like eating his pancakes and things, or eating muesli or something, and he would tell me these incredible stories. But fortunately, I used to write them down, yeah, okay? So that's why something of this, I mean, not everything, but something of this we have left, no? Our history of our NgalSo lineage, yeah? So anyway, today I wish to talk about Latsen Namka Jigme and Lobsang Kechok when Rinpoche went to Beijing with the Panchen Lama to the court of the Kwanlong Emperor. But this will have to be for next Tuesday, yeah? Okay, but never mind, doesn't matter, yeah? The important thing is that we try and represent somehow truly, yeah? The stories that Rinpoche told me, not just me, told many disciples, yeah? But I was like obsessed with writing down what he said, yeah? So okay, something remains of these stories. If any other disciples of Rinpoche, yeah, if you have any other stories about Rinpoche past life that I haven't said, yeah, please can you send it to me and I will add it to the crystal biography, yeah? Because for sure, I mean, Rinpoche used to like, it's not like he told me something secret he didn't tell anybody else. It's just I was like there like a lot, yeah, for 30 years, yeah. So I always was listening, yeah. So if any of you remember any other story about Rinpoche, yeah, or about Rinpoche's past lives that you think I have not told correctly, or missed something out, or I've missed one story, please send it to me and we will include it, yeah, okay? Okay, so anyway, so thank you all very much, yeah? Okay, so now what we will do is I'm not going to start with the next incarnation of Rinpoche now, but what we will do is we will do a little bit of self-healing, yeah? I was speaking with Lama Michelle today, of course, and sometimes, we speak, it's very nice, and Lama Michelle, he was saying to me something which is true, that Rinpoche said many times. He said that Rinpoche always said that if you need any practice, do self-healing, and that Rinpoche always said, he intended us for our practice to be self-healing. And then, he showed all the rest, because actually somehow we made requests and so on. But he said, really, Rinpoche wanted our practice to be self-healing. And this is completely true, because also I heard Rinpoche say that many, many, many times, which is why Lama Michelle is also giving many teachings on self-healing this year. And also I'm explaining in a detailed way, but at this rate it may take years to finish, I don't know. But anyway, why? Because it's important, And when Rinpoche La first taught self-healing, for maybe 1 or 2 years, we only talked, now we have so many practices now, but when Rinpoche La first revealed self-healing, for 1 or 2 or 3 years, all we did, like day after day and many, many times a day, was self-healing, So Lama Michelle and myself, we feel it's important that we continue as much as possible in Rinpoche theme and Rinpoche energy, which is why this year we're emphasizing very much the self-healing, which is Rinpoche's, let's say, core practice, and then gradually all the harmonics and all the different variations of that we can practice together, But we need to look what Rinpoche really, really wanted us to do. And this is true, because every year, twice a year, we used to go to make the program of Albanyana with Rinpoche, and then we would always say to Rinpoche, we want Kala Chakra, we want, like this, literally, can we have this? Can we have this? And Rinpoche's like, yes. Then he would say, I think you should do self-healing. And every single year it was the same. We want this, we like this, please, Rinpoche, and this and that. Rinpoche, I think we should do self-healing this year. I think good to do a retreat on the 5 Supreme Healer Buddhas. Let's emphasize this, Let's make more sadhanas on the 5 Supreme Healers. Let's make a sadhana of Vairocana. Let's make a sadhana on Amitabha. Let's make a sadhana on Akshobhya. Let's make, and so on. You see, Rinpoche wanted us to make 10 sadhanas for the 5 fathers and the 5 mothers, And to our shame, we haven't done it yet, but we will do it, We are prepared. Sharon and the people of the Peace Publication in Italy, we're preparing this, like many, many beautiful things, actually in accordance with Rinpoche's wishes, Of the 5 fathers and the 5 mothers, So this is why we are making an effort for this, because it's what Rinpoche actually wanted, And all the rest, I don't know if it's what we wanted, but anyway, of course, Rinpoche was like, of course, this is Galupa Dharma, if you like, of course, and then bringing out everything, And it's true, He showed everything to us. He opened all the secrets. But he always said, if we asked him, do self-healing, So this we need to bear in mind. So having said that, let's do self-healing, okay? Let me find my sadhana. What have I done with it? 1 second. Where have I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so already on the NgalSo website, if you look, there's many different commentaries from Rinpoche and also some explanation from me about self-healing, probably from Lama Michelle as well, which you can download. So please do, because it's a very, very rich tradition, self-healing. So it's good to look in many, many different ways, okay? Okay, so let's do self-healing together, okay? Okay, so usually we have like very, how do you say, all high-tech things these days, but we'll do it like this, okay? This is my high-tech method of showing self-healing, okay, from this Tibetan version of self-healing, Okay, so it's illustrated, very beautiful pictures, So we'll do it together. Today I'll show you the pictures, while we do it, okay? This is what we should visualize, okay? Okay, so let's start with Rinpoche's name mantra, Oma Guru Buddha Siddhi, and then we'll continue, okay? Okay, I hope all this explanation is useful and you get more and more feeling of who is Rinpoche, his quality, and why self-healing is so important and so precious. This is why at the beginning of commentaries we have these explanations of the qualities of the masters, and also of the lineage of the master, So we develop some real feeling towards, the greatness of the teaching, the greatness of the master, and so on. Okay. Locho sampo gyuta shipa tu ten petrin leyanoda pegedro lo zampe zepachen palden la mehisha blaso wade omaguru vajradahara suhumahati muni shahasane kama uttavadanye Sri Bahadra Vasamahanya Sawasidi Homo Maguru Madradahara Suhumahati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bahadra Vasamahanya Sawasidi Homo Maguru Vajradahara Suhumahati Muni Shahasahane Kama Uttavadanye Sri Bahadya Vasamahanya Sawasidi Homo Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi Hum. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi. Om Guru Buddha Siddhi. Opening the 5 lotuses. Pam Lepe Majanku. Sorry, I forgot it. Sorry, I forgot the elements. 1 second. Yeah. Sorry. Purifying the 5 elements. Okay. A, crown chakra. Yam, secret chakra. Ram, navel chakra. Lam, heart chakra. Bam, throat chakra. Okay. So we visualize them like that. Okay. Yam ram lam bam. Yam ram lam bam. Yam ram lam bam. Shude so. Okay, opening the 5 lotuses. This is a bit like in the initiations when we have the sakali, showing the symbols. Okay, so we have a green 32-petaled lotus in the secret chakra, a yellow 64-petaled lotus in the navel chakra, a blue 8-petaled lotus in the heart chakra, a red 16-petaled lotus in the throat chakra, and a white 32-petaled lotus in the crown chakra. Yeah, okay. Pam lepe majanku, pam lepe masepo, pam lepe manompo, pam lepe ma. From the 5 chakras arise the syllables of the 5 supreme healers. At our crown chakra appears, and you can see white Om, yeah, at the crown chakra, at the throat, red A, at the heart, blue Hung, at the navel, yellow Tram, and at the secret chakra, green Shri. Okay? Om Ahaha Hum Tram Shri. Then from the seed syllables arise the symbol of the 5 supreme healers. At the secret chakra appears a green double Vajra, the symbol of Amoghasiddhi. At the navel chakra appears a yellow jewel, the symbol of Ratnasambhava. At the heart chakra appears a blue Vajra, the symbol of Akshobhya. At the throat appears a red lotus, the symbol of Supreme Healer Amitabha. And at the crown chakra appears a white wheel, the symbol of Supreme Healer Virochana. Shri Lena Soto Chijanku Hri Tram Leno Bose Potram Hum Le Dojeno Pohum Ahale Pe Mama Om Le Koloka. From the symbols arise the 5 supreme healers. So, from the green double Vajra arises green Supreme Healer Amoghasiddhi. From the jewel arises golden Supreme Healer Ratnasambhava. From the blue Vajra appears blue Supreme Healer Akshobhya. From the red lotus appears red Supreme Healer Amitabha. And from the white wheel appears white Supreme Healer Vairocana. Okay? Om Kolonan Sedoje Ahapema Chedoje Doje Mihikyo Doje Traham no Puricha Rinaso Doje. Okay, now completion stage healing. Completion stage healing of Supreme Healer Amoghasiddhi. Lama Toyon Doje Kyen. Om Ahamoghasiddhi Hum. Om Ahamoghasiddhi Hum. Om Ahamoghasiddhi Hum. Om Ahamoghasiddhi. Om Ahamoghasiddhi. Next, supreme healing of the navel chakra by the blessings of Supreme Healer Ratnasambhava. Lama Rinchen Doje Kyen. Om Aratnasambhava Hum. Om Aratnasambhava Hum. Om Aratnasambhava Hum. Om Aratnasambhava. Om Aratnasambhava. Healing the heart chakra by the blessings of Supreme Healer Akshobhya. Lama Mikyo Doje Kyen. Om Ahashobhya Hum. Om Ahashobhya Hum. Om Ahashobhya Hum. Om Ahashobhya. Om Ahashobhya. Healing the throat chakra by the blessings of Supreme Healer Amitabha. Lama Chodoje Kyen. Om Amitabha Hum. Om Amitabha Hum. Om Amitabha Hum. Om Amitabha. Om Amitabha. Healing the brow chakra by the blessings of Supreme Healer Vairocana. Lama Nanse Doje Kyen. Om Vairocana Hum. Om Vairocana Hum. Om Vairocana Hum. Om Vairocana. Om Vairocana. Vajra Master Empowerment. Hugging Mudra, there are no more enemies. Secret Empowerment. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Padme Om Mahasukha Hum. Om Mahasukha Hum. Om Mahasukha Hum. Om Mahasukha. Om Mahasukha. Om Bihi Shanti Hum. Om Bihi Shanti Hum. Om Bihi Shanti Hum. Om Bihi Shanti Hum. Om Bihi Shanti. Lama Kunchoso La Kyab Suchi Rani La Sadonil Sonecho Dona Josonya Chotandando Gecho Hokundu Jishindro Dona Diso Nampa Geweso Jine Sapane Hinyududa No Bobanso Shambhala Gehene La Mehelangi Rimpata Shisho Ni Modele Hesendele Ni Mekoya Handele Shin Ni Setahatu Dele Pel Konjo Hosungi Jingilo Konjo Hosungi Netruso Konjo Hosungi Tashisho At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the three jewels grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve all realizations and sprinkle the path of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. So thank you for all participating this evening. Yeah, I think one of the things about the time we're living in now is it's like fun, it's strange, no? Even though we're all stuck at home, can't move, more or less. Yeah, it's like this feeling of distance has dissolved now. So it's now in a weird way, we're kind of more close than before. No? It's like, before we used to have to track, like I used to go with Rinpoche, no? Like all across the world, here and there, to see Rinpoche friend and also my friends, no? Rinpoche friend and disciples, yeah? So far, yeah? And now with this technology, it's like we're together like this, amazing, like instantaneously. So at least that's one good thing that's happened this year, no? So anyway, so thank you all very much for listening. Next Tuesday, I'll continue. I'll talk about Lobsang Kechok, who was Rinpoche incarnation, who went to Beijing. It's a very interesting story, yeah? When he was with the 6th Panchen Lama and the Kwanlong Emperor, very important, famous Chinese emperor, yeah? Okay. So anyway, so I'll tell that story, and then after that, from Thursday onwards, we'll go through more details of the Rinpoche book on the practice of self-healing, yeah? Because then we will have concluded the explanation of Rinpoche's past lives, okay? So anyway, thank you all very much for listening. If anybody's interested, tomorrow at between 7 and 9 European time, we have our Spanish Zoom group, yeah? So if you'd like to do self-healing in Spanish and then talk about the Dharma in Spanish, you're welcome, okay? If not, we'll see you another time, yeah? Okay? See you all soon. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.